Hi, I'm Daniel, the drummer of In Flames.
How does it feel to be playing a venue so high? Are you confident?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time we play a venue like this, but it is in Canada. But I mean, we did a lot of bigger tours, like Unholy Alliance in Europe, and we played with a lot of huge bands. So it's nothing new, but it's the first time in Canada. And knowing how crazy the Canadians are, it's going to be a really cool show, I guess.
How does it feel to be still in Flames, still considered a relevant band all these years into your career?
You don't really think about it, but when you do, I mean, you get grateful because you see a lot of bands coming and going. But and for us, getting bigger and bigger for every album and still have a huge fan base, that of course that makes you proud. And but basically, we're just grateful that people still like what we're doing, and hopefully we can continue a couple of years more. I mean, we're getting older. We we concentrate on one album at a time, and then we'll see. Now we concentrate on touring, on the sense of purpose, and then we'll take a short break and then hopefully do a new album. You can't really think that far in advance. We all have families and we're getting older, but I mean, as long as we still love doing this, we'll continue, I hope.
Now, the sense of purpose is being considered almost a return to form, or I guess, you know, the fans and critics are a little more welcoming to it than they necessarily were to the last couple albums. I mean, how do you feel about the mixed response, the different opinions?
I mean, we've been hearing those people complaining since after we released Reroute. Some people even started after Clayman. I mean, that's 8 years ago. So, I mean, I don't really pay attention anymore. I mean, you can't please everyone. It's impossible. And, I mean, it's hard to please everyone, but I think it's not fair to try to please too many people either. I mean, you should do what you want to do yourself, and then if people likes it, that's a bonus. And I think that's what we're doing.
Sweden was a hotbed in the 90s. The American metal scene is now feeling its effects. When you were a young band, how did the Swedish scene feel?
I don't know, we grew up in Gothenburg. That's not a huge city, and all the friends of ours had bands, and we all played together in different constellations. So we got influenced by each other, and that's how the scene started, I guess. We listened to the same kind of music, and we played in different constellations, and that's how this grew to be the Gothenburg sound, or whatever people call it. But I don't know. I don't really think about it either. But it's cool that you can affect other people and inspire them to start playing music as well. And I mean, this is how music evolves. You take parts from other bands that you like, and then you start your own band, and you find your own way of writing music, and then you continue the development of the music scene. But of course, it's flattering if people get inspired by your music.
What bands did you listen to back then? What bands comprised this Gothenburg sound?
I don't know. There was a lot of new wave of British heavy metal, Judas Priest, stuff like that, and then we mixed it with the death metal scene.
Hardcore in Sweden. Always been a scene? To what extent are you connected to that scene, or are you aware of it, a fan of it?
Not really. I liked Refused and stuff like that, but I was never a hardcore fan. But I mean, Sweden has a lot of great bands in all genres. I think the climate for starting bands and playing music in Sweden is pretty good. That's why we have so many good bands in all kinds of styles in the music. I really like the Hives, but I mean, I guess most of the people already know about them. There's a Swedish band called Raised Fist. It's more hardcore, maybe.
To what extent do you guys follow the political climate in Sweden? I guess the general sense of happiness in the country. Do you find it's high, low? Has it changed over the years?
I don't really care about politics, but I guess, I mean, I'm happy that I'm born in Sweden. We have a good social security net, and things is running smoothly. But I don't know if people in general are more happy. I don't know. I mean, we're kind of depressed up north as well.
What do people do in their free time in Sweden?
I guess they do basically the same as they do here.
How has the headliner been treating you so far on this tour?
Very, very good, I would say. Better than any band. I mean, for example, on one show the barricades broke during the Children of Bodom show, so they had to stop the set for 15 or 20 minutes. And usually the headline band will cut the rest of the band set for those 20 minutes. But I mean, they were allowed to play their set, and we could still play our full set. And I mean, they were treating us really, really good, band and crew and everything. So it's been a great tour.
How does the band stay healthy on the road?
We don't, I guess. We drink a lot of beer, but I mean, not as much as we did a couple of years ago, maybe. But I mean, we do not really work out, stuff like that. We never did, and we never will, I think.
You're laid back guys.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Any people who you want to give a thanks to, give out some words of encouragement, you know, friends, bands who you want to, I don't know, provide a quick little name reference, feel free.
It's hard. I mean, we toured with so many bands, and you get so many good friends on the road. So it's hard to just pick any. I mean, you get along with all bands that you tour with almost, and that's the cool thing with touring, because you meet new friends and you get friends all over the world. That's really cool.
Okay.